Hi folks, it's John from lastchanceautorestore.com. I'd like to share with you an update. This is the truck bed assembly for the 1987 Chevy 1500 that we're doing a complete restoration on. In an earlier video, we shared with you before we had it all completely sanded. This is now at final preparation stage and it's ready for the two-part black epoxy. So what I'd like to do is share with you now how nice it looks. So basically we have it standing on its end, and that end is the section that is closest to the cab of the truck. So obviously facing up in the sky or towards the ceiling of our shop, that's going to be where the tailgate is. So what I'd like to do, we have it all, we basically, because it was sandblasted, we vacuumed everything, we cleaned out any debris, any extra sloppy caulking or seam sealer from the factory we have removed. We've used a special solution to wash down the metal, because this is all bare metal after sandblasting. So now everything is ready all the steel is ready for the two-part epoxy to bond to. And that's going to create a long life for this truck bed and all of its components. I like to spray the beds in this stance because I'm able to reach underneath the rails. This had a cap on it before, and I want to make sure, because it's sandblasted in behind and in all of the pockets. And a big mistake that most people make when they go ahead and redo a truck is they don't have this in a situation where you can get at all of the angles. And it's very important with this that we do it this way. So we have it standing up on purpose so that I can get in behind the rail and these pockets, and basically I can reach everything with my spray gun to spray it this way. And then we'll come along the side here, so you can see the side is all done. We shared in an earlier video where we replaced the section here, the rusted steel, behind the rear wheel and in front of the rear wheel, and then we've done some of the basic smoothing, and then you can see how nice the metal looks right now with it all washed and cleaned and sanded after sandblasting. The metal virtually looks like brand new again, which is hard to believe. This is a 1987 Chevy bed. And then as we come around, a little bit tight squeeze here, as we come around to the complete bottom side of the truck, you can see, and this obviously is really important too. I guess all of the sections are important to have protection, but you've got our main support rails, our rear tailgate rails, and then we have our inner tubs and our inner fenders. And if the camera person can come around this side, you can see where we have the new steel patches. So here, for example, you can't really tell from the outside, but on the inside, you can see where we've cut out from here all the way out, so that all of the rotted pieces were completely cut off the truck. This is the same thickness of metal, and we modified that piece, welded it in and ground the weld smooth. So our next step, when we go to apply the two-part epoxy, it's going to seal everything, and you'll never know that we've replaced that piece. Same thing, it's a little bit harder to see because the patch is in behind this other piece, because this acts as a splash guard from the factory, but there's a new piece in behind, which would be the back of the rear wheel, and then we've replaced the rotted metal here. And then we come to this driver's side. You can see, I just wanted to show the contrast. So here's our bare metal that's all treated after sandblasting in a special wash. And then this is what it's going to look like with the two-part black epoxy. So this is just one coat. I just wanted to share with you the difference of what it's going to look like with the sandblasted untreated steel, and then with the first coat of the two-part black epoxy that will bond to that steel. And we're going to give the complete bed 3 coats of this black epoxy. And we'll be really careful that we get in all the cracks and crevices. And then once we have the complete truck bed protected, we have a special dolly that we've made for truck beds. So then this, once it's protected, will set on a dolly, and then we will apply the two-part epoxy to that section that we have laying on the cardboard, which is the section closest to the cab of the truck, and then we'll make sure that we have the taillight sections protected with epoxy also. So just a quick update, this is the 1987 truck bed for the 87 Chev 1500. I'm John from lastchanceautorestore.com.